Take a break from your busy schedule and join Harold Sala for Guidelines, a 5-minute commentary on living.
This is it, the last day of another year. In a few hours, the sands of time will have trickled through the hourglass, and a new and somewhat frightening year will be upon us. For the next few days, you will continue to write this past year's date on your letterheads and date your checks incorrectly before the reality sinks in. It's a new year. Well, to understand that the next year is merely an extension of last year makes it a bit less frightening. Like a birthday, you are only a day older than you were yesterday, not a year. The mileage markers on the highway not only tell you how far you've come, but how far to the next town. Likewise, we want to know what's in the future. As Baron Rothschild once put it, hats off to the past, coats off to the future. Yet because we're always fearful of the unknown, whether it is a child who faces his first day of school or an adult who faces his first day on a new job, we're apprehensive, even a bit concerned about what may lie ahead. Generally, the reason we fear the future is that we have not really made peace with the past. Failures haunt us, and we wonder if the future may be only a rerun of yesterday's mistakes. Lloyd George, the British Prime Minister, was playing golf with a friend on one occasion when they went through a fence. His partner pushed the gate closed but didn't bother to latch it. Yet George, seeing the failure, went back and secured the gate. Then he told of an old doctor friend who lay dying. After calling his family and friends to his bedside, he gave them these parting words: "Close every gate through which you have passed." Lloyd George went on to say that he owed more to that bit of wisdom than to anything else he had ever heard. Close every gate. To close the gate on yesterday's failure will require two things: God's forgiveness and your forgetfulness. His forgiveness and your willingness to close the gate. When God forgives your mistakes and failures, He wipes the slate clean, as though you had never sinned. When God forgives you, you can face tomorrow knowing that yesterday's failure is no blot on tomorrow's page. That's closing the gate on it. The second thing to do is latch the gate. Forgive yourself, which at times is harder to do than finding God's forgiveness. Yet if God has given His Son to provide a rationale of forgiving us, why should we do less than to forgive ourselves as well? He has forgiven us, so closing the gate gives you hope for tomorrow. R.M. Olford put it like this: "A year untried before me lies. What it shall bring of strange surprise, of joy or grief, I cannot tell. But God my Father knoweth well. I make it no concern of mine, but leave it all with love divine. 'Tis thus I fortify my heart, and thus do fear and dread depart. O year untried, thou hast for me naught but my Father's eye can see. No ill can come, but He can cure. His word doth all of good ensure. He'll see me through the journey's length, for daily need gives daily strength. Upon my Father's word I rest. Whate'er shall be will be best." But of course, not everybody has that confidence because they have not made a complete commitment. If you're one of them, may I urge you to get in touch with us today. I'd like to show you how you can place your trust in a living Savior who will never, ever forsake or fail you.
You've just heard Dr. Harold Sala with Guidelines, a 5-minute commentary on living. If you would like to listen to the program again, download a copy, subscribe to our e-commentary, or view other resources, visit guidelines.org. We would like to hear from you too. You can email us at info@guidelines.org. That's info@guidelines.org. Thanks for listening, and we invite you to join us again for the next edition of Guidelines.